All right, in this video, we're going to be walking through the built-in mobile platform of the RAES CRM. We call this platform Canvas. It's primarily for door knocking, but you can do some other cool things through it too. So first things first, when you open it up on your phone, it's going to default to the Canvas login screen. You'll simply go through the same login URL that you would for your desktop version. If you're on a computer and you want to access Canvas, you can do that too. All you have to do is click this drop down, select Canvas, and you'll be able to log in here. Once you're in Canvas, this will be your initial menu. As I mentioned, the primary purpose of Canvas is for logging door knocks and for conducting inspections on those knocks. So I'll show you that process first. So as you're approaching a door, you'll want to press this plus button. We can default to select residential, but if you haven't locked that in, you'll have to choose commercial or residential. And then it's as simple as pressing this button here. It'll pull your address. We do recommend always double check, make sure that the address does match the building that you're approaching. Sometimes the number can be off. It can be the house across the street or next door. But on the whole, it's pretty accurate. I've already entered this lead, so just to avoid it flagging me for an error, I'm going to just alter it a little bit. But once this address has been entered, it's as simple as proceeding with your knock and logging the result. So worst case scenario, well, I guess not worst case, but you don't get an answer, you simply press not home, no answer. If you want to leave an optional note about anything you've observed with this home, you can, but then submit and you're on your way to the next one. Now a better case scenario is you actually get the opportunity to speak with somebody and they're interested in getting an inspection. So let's go through that process really quick. Your other options really quickly, you can schedule a follow-up. So I always give the example of like the kid answers and he's like, my mom and dad won't be home till 5. Then you can schedule that follow-up and note, okay, this is when I should come back. And disqualify would be if they request you never come back, if they answer the door with a 12 gauge, like walk away, let your team know, hey, we're not welcome here. But best case scenario, you're going to inspect property, click submit. All right, and at this stage, you'll have the option to collect contact information. We don't require it at this stage in case your lead is playing close to the vest and doesn't want to divulge that until after the inspection. But in this case, I'm going to enter in my own name, homeowner, and make sure if it's a mobile number you're collecting to check this box. This will enable text messaging to this client or to this lead. I'll also go ahead and punch in my email. Okay, so now that I've collected some contact information, I'm just going to determine what sort of inspection I'm going to conduct. So maybe I'm doing a roofing and gutters. Maybe I'm doing siding. But we'll keep it simple, do roofing and gutters. From here, you'll have the ability to build a damage summary that you can then send directly to your homeowner once you've done. So typically at this stage, the homeowner said, go ahead, do a quick walk around. You might be taking some photos, which you can take directly through your Canvas app. If you're using Company Cam for photo capture, we do have an integration built with them, so you can link to Company Cam and link the project to this lead. I am on my laptop, so unfortunately I can't display this, but if I was on my phone and I click this button, it would open up the option to either open up your phone's camera or go straight to your photo library and you can select photos and upload them. So those will go onto your damage summary. As you move this lead through your process and through your pipeline, these photos will be available at the claim management stage, at the quote building stage, during the job, and you can even add them to the invoice and send them to post-production documents. So these photos that you capture here will just follow through the length of the contract. And then you have the ability to write up a quick summary of the damage that you've observed in these various areas. So I'm going to keep it really, really simple just because we want to keep things moving. But a good recommendation here is to type the damage you've observed and also your recommendation as the contractor for what the proposed solution should be. And then you can type all this up. And then you have the ability from here, you can do a number of things. So if nothing's coming of this inspection, you can simply save and return, and the lead and the inspection will be logged into your system, and you can always revisit it if an opportunity arises later down the road. The other options are if your lead doesn't need any selling, if they're like, I've been waiting for somebody to come by so that I could file this claim, like let's get to it. You can jump right to filing an insurance claim or generating a retail quote if you want to go the retail route. But I'm going to show you really quickly the send documents function. So now, as I'm standing there with the homeowner, I've just finished conducting my inspection, I can immediately send them that damage summary. I can also, if I want to go the insurance route, add in a quick contingency. I'm going to choose to either send it via email or send it via text. And now that I've sent this, they'll receive that via text momentarily. And at that point, you can walk them through that damage summary. And after you've convinced them, okay, this is the damage, here's the photo evidence right in front of you. Now, if you open up that second link to that contingency, enter your insurance company and sign, we can go ahead and get started with working this claim. Right? So that's kind of the initial process. Once they've signed that contingency, it will automatically create a claim and a quote inside your desktop version. And what's nice is, even if you don't get them to sign right on site, they can always revisit that link and then sign it, and you might wake up next morning with a new claim that you didn't even know you had. If you need to look up an old lead, you simply click the Find button, and you can type in, so I'm in here a whole bunch, as you can see, and you can pull up an old lead and initiate an inspection that way. If you've scheduled appointments, you can access those appointments through My Day, and you can even initiate an inspection the same way that we just did on an inbound lead, somebody who's called in, by going to your My Day and clicking Start Inspection here. So there's a number of different ways for you to go through that process. Some of the other things we allow you to do here on Canvas, we do pull all of your knocks into a map, and we can create these pings, right? So you can kind of customize it the way you see fit. And you can see the results of your map and use those results to kind of inform your strategy as far as these are the areas where we're seeing claims get filed and won. These are the areas where we're having claims get denied. So we want to focus on that first area, right? And then we also give you the ability to handle some day-to-days. So if somebody's assigned you a task in the RAES system, you can handle those tasks here. Simply click View. You can leave a note about your progress, or you can complete it, and that will notify them that you've handled that task for them. You can conduct a material check-in, and you can also handle a final walkthrough inspection on a work order. So that's just a quick rundown of some of the things that we let you do on our mobile platform. It's a great tool for anyone who's utilizing door knocking as a sales strategy, for you to track your knocks, track your results, start getting deeper insight into how your sales team is performing when they're out in the field.